What's up, coach? Now that the Client Launchpad Challenge is over and it's time for you to start selling your program, I want to show you how you can start selling your coaching even if you haven't created a program yet. Because the thing is, our Monopoly offer creation process takes like 7 to 14 days. And we have coaching calls, 2 coaching calls every single week to teach coaches in our VIP coach mentorship how to become better salespeople in an ethical way. So, what I've created here for you is a really simple framework for running a sales call where you are pretty much just asking questions, starting to understand your prospect a little bit better, and then crafting an offer with them. That way, it's a lot easier for them to say yes to the program. So, first thing that we need to do is essentially understand the reason that they wanted to get on the call with you. So, when you get that sales call booked in, they show up on Zoom or they pick up the phone. You just let them know, hey, Matt, glad we could connect today. And before we dive in, I'm curious, why did you decide to say yes to booking in this call after the last call we had? And usually they're going to give you something that you might want to explore further once we hit the discovery process. They might say something like, oh, well, I got a lot of value out of the last call. And, even though you gave me some really good advice, I still feel like I've been stuck for 3 years trying to lose weight. And, I'm looking for a solution. And it's like, boom, you've got something you can explore further later on. But we also want to make sure that we take leadership and set the agenda of the call right away. So they're not the one leading the call. You're the leader. As a coach, you've got to be showing and displaying to them that you can be a leader. And when they are looking for direction, they trust you. So we set the agenda and you just let them know, hey, great, Matt. So, we've got about 30 minutes together and my goal is to understand more about your goals and the challenges you've been facing reaching them. So I'll be making a few suggestions when we start wrapping up the call and we can explore whether or not it might make sense to work together. How does all that sound? And they'll probably say, it sounds great. They're happy you set the agenda. It's clear what the call is all about. And then it's time to dive into discovery. So first things first, we want to learn more about their goal. Obviously, from the script in Client Launchpad Challenge for the value call, you'll know their goal and a few other things about them, but we just want to double confirm. So you just want to say something like, hey, Matt, so just to clarify, last time we talked, sounded like your goal was to lose 10 pounds or whatever it happens to be. Is that still accurate? And then we want to start digging in on the reasons that they've set that goal and understand more about their motivation, which is going to be really important, not just in the sales process, but in the coaching process to know why they want to achieve what they've set out to achieve. So you want to start asking goal digging, not gold digging, but goal digging questions. A really good one to ask is just like, awesome. So tell me a little bit more about why you chose losing 10 pounds as your goal, or, insert whatever their goal was there. And they're going to tell you a little bit about why that's important, or maybe they won't get super deep at that point. And you want to then get kind of more emotional reasons. So you're going to ask a feel question where you say, all right, so what do you think it'll feel like after you've lost 10 pounds? And they'll dive in probably to either how it feels in their body or, some emotional things. And you'll have some really good information to motivate them when they become a client, but also to motivate them to move forward on the sales call. Now, from here, you want to establish the gap and you want to ask them straight up, from your perspective, Matt, why haven't you lost those 10 pounds already on your own? And they'll probably give you some reasons. You probably uncovered some reasons on the call. Surface reasons might be, oh, I snack late at night. Deeper reasons might be self-sabotage, things of that nature. And then you want to dig into that gap. So you'd ask them something like, yeah, so Matt, a year from now, if you were still struggling with that self-sabotage cycle and, you hadn't lost that 10 pounds or you lost the 10 pounds, but you gained it again, how would that feel for you? And so you want to, again, get into like showing them there's a gap between where they're at, where they want to be. And it's not something that they've been able to do on their own and they need help because you're going to insert yourself as the solution. And you really want them to see what the cost would be of not moving forward with you. So then the next question you want to ask to dig into the gap is, all right, so Matt, what would you say the impact would be of not fixing that self-sabotage cycle? And then they're going to let you know, probably future pace, what life would look like if they keep self-sabotaging, probably looks a lot like the frustration they've already experienced. And for them to think about, a year from now, 5 years from now, to still be in that cycle, that's probably showing them enough pain to step outside of their comfort zone. And so then we want to start bridging the gap here. We want to ask them a little bit about how it would feel if, things go well. So you'd ask them, yeah, so then what would happen if I helped you stop self-sabotaging and you were able to lose those 10 pounds, keep it off? And they'll let you know, this beautiful world that they've been envisioning for themselves for a long time. And this is the point where we transition to the offer. So you can see it's really simple. Just asking a few discovery questions, trying to understand what's going on. And you want to reflect back to them what you've heard. So, make sure that you're taking notes. I always hand take notes. That way I can review them. And then you want to reflect back what you've heard. So you want to be like, okay, Matt, so what I've heard from you so far is that if you're able to lose those 10 pounds, then, you're going to feel a lot more confident in your body, at work, with friends, and, you're just going to ultimately feel better about yourself. But you feel like you've been being held back by this self-sabotaging pattern, which is really killing your confidence. And, that sounds like it's been affecting you at work, in your dating life, all these things. Is that accurate? Because you want to make sure that you've heard them correctly. So reflect back from your notes, whatever it is that you've heard. And then if they say that's accurate, awesome. Transition towards the offer. If they say that's not accurate, cool. They've filled in the gaps for you. Maybe you want to ask a few more discovery questions and feel like you're clear about what it is that they want and need. And then once you feel clear, then you'd say, got it. So, based on what we've discussed so far, would you like to know what it might look like to work together and get consent to make the offer? And at this point, you might be thinking, Matt, I don't have an offer yet. I haven't created a program yet. What should I offer to them? Well, the thing is, our Monopoly offer process takes about 1 to 2 weeks, like I said. But when you're starting out, you can just create the offer with the prospect on the call every time. And I recommend starting with an unlimited support offer where you charge enough for it that they, like, if they need daily check-ins, you don't resent them. You feel like I can give them as much support as they need and I'm being compensated adequately for it. And anybody who's afraid of unlimited support, believe me, I've had thousands of clients and we've offered unlimited support to every single one of them. And I've only had a handful, like less than 5% actually, reach out every day with like their life story. So, across all of your clients, it's not going to be a huge time burden on you, but understand your boundaries as well. So you can communicate those. If you only want to check in 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you communicate that. It's like, I'll give you unlimited support Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Outside of that, I might be unavailable, but you can definitely expect a response from me during those hours. All right. And so when we're on this call, we want to create the offer with them, but we want to show them that there is an outline. There is going to be a structure. It's not just like this amorphous thing, like I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get you to your goal, because that's not tangible. That's not something that they can really believe is going to work for them. So you might frame it up where you just say, okay, so the way I work is, I provide unlimited support and, a completely custom plan to all my clients. And based on your goals, I think we could make some really solid progress towards losing those 10 pounds, if not lose those 10 pounds within 3 months. And after the 3 months, we can have a discussion about what the next phase of your journey would look like. That way, you're setting it up for a longer client experience. I think if you're just starting out, just launching, most of the coaches, we try to get them to a 6-month commitment, but 3 months, I know a lot of people are comfortable with and can be a really good starting point. So once you've framed the offer and the timeline, you want to frame the plan. So you want to show them that there is some structure. So you just let them know, first, I'll do an analysis and create a plan designed to help you lose 10 pounds. And we'll go over that plan to make sure it fits your needs and helps you lose those 10 pounds without having to meal prep every single meal and missing out on, going out and enjoying dates, because I know dating is important to you right now at this phase in your life. And what this does is it shows them there's going to be a structure. There's a plan. There's a proven process behind what you're doing, but it's not restrictive. And ultimately, it allows us to go to the next step, which is building and co-creating the support together. So then from there, you want to let them know. So, if you were to take into consideration right now your work schedule, your your parenting schedule, all of these things, what would work best for you with check-ins? For example, we could do calls, we could do video messages, we could do voice messages, we could do text. What do you think would work best for you? And then from there, they're going to tell you what works best. You just be like, okay, awesome. I'll always check in on you every week proactively, but how often do you feel you would like me to text you? If they say text is their preferred way. And then they'll tell you, yeah, it'd be awesome. I'd love actually a daily text. Perfect. Check in on them daily. You can offer that to them. And then you just want to confirm and make sure that the support you've created together sounds like what they need. And so you want to reflect it back to them and let them know. All right, Matt. So it sounds like checking in on you every day by texting you is going to be ideal. And, we can absolutely do that. So we can adjust as needed. For example, if you're feeling like you need a check-in call every day on a tough week, that's fine. You've got unlimited access to me. So do you feel like with that level of support and accountability, you'd be able to make real progress towards losing that 10 pounds and keeping it off? And at that point, they're going to let you know, yeah, I think that would be amazing. I think that's exactly what I need, or no. And you want to ask them, you just want to double confirm. Okay, great. It sounds like this is what would work really well for you. But overall, do you feel like anything is missing, or are you feeling confident right now that the program that we've just built together would support you in losing those 10 pounds? And, they'll let you know, yeah, I think that's exactly what I need. This is great. This is exactly going to get me to my weight loss goal. And then you just let them know, fantastic. All right. So in that case, the investment for the 3 months initially is $1,500, so $500 a month. Does that sound fair? And, from there, you might have to go into some objection handling, or they might just outright say yes. But objection handling, that's outside of the scope of this training. But if they say, no, I feel like something's missing, or I don't feel confident that program will get us there, then continue building the program until they're confident. Just be like, cool. So what do you feel like is missing? What do you feel like you need that we haven't addressed? And build it out, and then just check back in and be like, cool, do you feel like anything's missing now? Or are you feeling confident? And once they feel confident, then it's like, okay, fantastic, and present the investment to them. And so this is a really simple framework for creating an offer that is exactly what they need. So it's an easy yes when you actually ask for the sale. So good luck on all of your sales calls. Thanks. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you've given us a testimonial. Really appreciate you. Cheers.